We need more
Pineapple
pizza.
on pizza?
I could try it. I could dig it.
Momo on pizza?
I'll try it. Why not? Why not? I'll try it all.
Welcome to Check Please. Right now we have Council Member Krishnan at the Queensboro on Northern Boulevard. Our first question for you today is, what is your New York City food hot take?
The iconic food in New York City is pizza, but in Jackson Heights, it's momos. You ever had momos?
A million times.
You gotta get them again today. I'm getting hungry for them right now.
Do you have any favorite Momo locations to shout out in your district?
You're gonna get me in trouble. In no particular order, I would say Fayul has really good momos. Nepali Bachangar has really good momos. Lhasa Fast Food has really good momos. Not ranking them, but they're all really good.
Okay, so we're outside of the Queensboro right now, which is on Northern Boulevard, and we're outdoor dining on 80th Street. Oh, we have some. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm curious what your favorite part of dining outside is.
I mean, there's so many amazing things about it. First of all, the way outdoor dining brings communities, brings people together is probably the most important part of it. And on top of that, you're supporting small businesses, you're giving them more opportunities for business to hire more workers, and it's such a great use of street space. Right now, this in itself is generating more revenue for the city, supporting more workers and small businesses than if it wasn't here and if it was just street parking. We're behind the rest of the world when it comes to this, and I think that it's high time we actually expand and support outdoor dining as New York City.
Okay, so you mentioned the rest of the world. What are some of your other favorite cities that have amazing outdoor dining culture?
So some I've been to and some I would hope to go to.
Aspirational.
I think Rome in Italy has amazing outdoor dining, and that concept of piazzas or plazas is a huge part of it. I'd love to go to Mexico City and also the plazas across Latin America, Southeast Asia. Mumbai has a great street food scene too. And you can see all these different cities, these global cities across the world. Their outdoor dining, their street food culture, it both celebrates and lifts up the culture and the people and the food, and it also brings people together. We need more of that in New York City.
I'm not sure if you would count this as an international city, but my cousins got married in Pittsburgh recently, and Pittsburgh downtown has a really awesome outdoor dining culture.
Wow, I wouldn't have known that about Pittsburgh.
Hey, shout out Pittsburgh, the global international city.
Seriously, we got to catch up to Pittsburgh, New York.
New York's program has obviously changed a lot over the last few years, from 2020, pandemic era, to now. I'm wondering if you could tell us something about the original program that you missed in this current iteration.
A lot of great innovation around public space came from a really difficult time period. During the pandemic, we had to get really creative about how we allow people to come together and support our small businesses and support our neighborhoods. With outdoor dining, all of a sudden, we could see our friends, bring our family out, go outside, and enjoy food together during a time where that was really important and that was very difficult to do. You saw happiness and joy at a time when there was so much sadness and difficulty. And there's no reason why we can't continue to have that happiness and joy. We need it every day, even far beyond the pandemic.
So I feel like open streets were something that really also provided that lifeline, as you were saying. And you don't know this about me, but I'm a community planner at Open Plans, which means I work with a lot of open streets and school streets across New York City, but my soft spot is obviously Queens.
And you know this is the best open street in the whole city.
Of course,
right?
And so I was gonna ask, what is the best open street in the city? And can you shout out a couple of the awesome open streets that your office works with in Jackson Heights and broader?
I may be biased, but I do think our 34th Avenue open street,
pretty great.
25 blocks long of public space, 6 school plazas in front of every school where kids play during recess. My favorite scene, as a parent also of 2 public school kids too, is when at school drop-off in the morning or at dismissal, there are thousands of school kids streaming down our 34th Avenue open street or Paseo Park.
Shout out school streets.
That's right, shout out school streets. And so Paseo Park has been really a lifeline for our community, bringing people together for events, for celebrations, or just to have a cup of chai with your neighbor or dance salsa with your neighbor. That's what makes it so special, and we're going to do more and more to keep transforming it into a linear park. Besides that, we have our Woodside Avenue open street in Elmhurst, right by Little Thailand Way, as we renamed it. All the Thai restaurants are there, the heart of the Thai community too. And between the food, the people, the festivals in the summertime, Woodside Avenue open street has been a beloved part of our Elmhurst community. And so between Paseo Park, 34th Avenue open street, and Woodside Avenue open street, we love our open streets here in our district.
And shout out to Diversity Plaza.
That's
another
right.
amazing public space. Is that technically in your district or is that just outside?
Nope,
it?
it's very much in my district too.
Nice.
And I always love how, Time Magazine once said about Diversity Plaza, it's one little plaza that holds the world. But between all the different food around there and just the way Diversity Plaza quite literally brings together so many different and diverse communities across the city.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dudley.
We have the owner here
That's
on
right,
video.
Dudley.
Wait, as the owner, can we ask you one question on record? On record, what is one way that our city can support business owners and restaurant owners like yourself with outdoor dining?
Getting rid of the rules that require us to take it down between November and March. It makes it unsustainable. If that stays in place, next year we won't be able to do outdoor dining. We literally cannot afford it. That's a reality, unfortunately.
Totally,
So
we
being able to
agree.
keep it up year round would be incredibly helpful to us.
And I would just add too, Dudley and all the owners of the Queensboro, it is such a beloved restaurant in our neighborhood. It is like our neighborhood's restaurant here, and everyone is so excited to come, whether it's for events or to eat dinner, all owned by neighborhood parents too. They've got a really model outdoor dining setup. They put so much effort and attention into it. You can see how great it is and how it brings people together for a meal at the Queensboro. And it's a great example of one, how this can be done in such a great way. It supports a small business. And I always think about the Queensboro when I advocate for outdoor dining at City Hall and City Council hearings, because you've got a great setup here that supports a beloved neighborhood restaurant. If this wasn't here, it would just be a few additional parking spots, but they're not even metered spots. So what I'm trying to say is, besides it being great for our community and the restaurant, the outdoor dining setup generates more in revenue for the city
Totally.
as opposed to if it weren't here at all.
Totally. Thank you for creating this.
Thanks, Dudley. Appreciate it, man.
So we just heard from that awesome restaurant owner about how it's challenging because restaurants can't keep their structures up year round. Wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about what kind of legislation the city and council members like yourself could pass to help make this easier for restaurant owners and business owners.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm such a strong supporter and believer in outdoor dining, in case you couldn't already tell. And I would say, as Dudley talked about, for like the Queensboro, for example, we need to come up with a year-round program that supports restaurants that want to keep their outdoor dining year-round. If they have the ability to do it and it helps their bottom line and their workers, we should give them a chance to do it. And we need legislation that will allow that. It's good for everybody. It's good for the city. It's good for the restaurants. And right now, the rules are so rigid, we don't have that. We need to come up with a better system that actually supports outdoor dining and allows restaurants to keep their dining up outdoors if they want to and they're able to, because it helps support them financially too.
So what do we have at our table right now? What have we ordered?
I got a soup, a cucumber soup that looks really good and I love it. And I got some coffee, so cold soup and hot coffee.
Cold soup and hot coffee. Reporting this to the New York Post.
That's right, don't tell them.
What is your bagel order?
That's easy. Everything bagel with scallion cream cheese.
Toasted or untoasted?
Toasted.
What does your hot pizza take?
You gotta just eat it. You can't eat it with a knife and fork, as some people may have done in the past. Gotta eat pizza. Pizza's like a staple New York food. I love it. My kids love it. So we need more of it. We need more
Pineapple
pizza.
on pizza?
I could try it. I could dig it.
Momo on pizza?
I'll try it. Why not? Why not? I'll try it all.
Did you grow up in New York?
I grew up right outside of New York City.
Right outside New York City.
Yep.
So can you remember your first meal in New York City?
My first meal is a place I still go back to, the Ganesha Temple in Flushing.
I love that
The
place.
Temple Canteen has some of the best food in all of New York City.
Plus one.
Right? I like, what's funny, because like as a
I mean,
kid.
it's out of district though.
It's out of district,
we can
but
still
you know what?
support.
It's still in Queens, so come on. But you know, it's so funny because like as a kid, when I would go to Temple Canteen, I was more like rolling my eyes. I didn't want to go to the temple. Like, come on, you know. Like, and now to see it's like a top food destination all of New York City, I'm like, all right, we made it. That's
Aunties
right.
and uncles are proud.
Yeah, we've done them proud. Temple Canteen of the Ganesha Temple. You gotta go.
Endorsed, supported.
If you don't know, now you know.
Councilmember, have you ever worked in food service?
I haven't, but I know so many of my constituents and neighbors who have, and I can tell you, seeing them, hearing their stories every day, these are the essential workers of our city. Residents of Jackson Heights and Elmhurst and Woodside, who by working in the food industry, they keep our city moving forward every single day, and we owe them such a big debt of gratitude.
What are the most common complaints you get from restaurant owners or from people that work in the food business to your district office?
Because we're an office that's always responsive and get back to people all the time, we hear a lot of concerns and complaints from people from everyday things like making sure that we've got trees planted in our neighborhood, clean streets. But the most important thing I hear from especially constituents who work in the food industry is they're very worried about how they're going to be able to pay their rent, how they're going to pay for childcare, how are they going to be able to pay for their expenses for their family, for their groceries. These are very, very real concerns for my community. And that's why I think it's so critical that we as a city invest in and support outdoor dining, because by doing so, we're supporting our city's small businesses. And by doing that, we're supporting the workers who power them and power the city.
So on a slightly less serious note, if you had to choose one cuisine to have for the rest of your life, but a cuisine that's represented in your district, what would it be?
That's easy. Indian. I mean, come on. I gotta stick with my roots, right? As the first Indian American council member,
wow, I didn't know that.
That's right. I endorse Indian food. I love it. I have it every day.
On the record, Councilmember Krishnan endorses Indian food. Other council members might be watching this video and seeing how you're so supportive of outdoor dining and businesses in your district, and they might be wondering, what are ways, maybe not through legislation, but through everyday constituent services, that I can help restaurants in my district?
Absolutely. Well, right now, first we got to do the work to make sure that the laws that we have currently can actually help small businesses and restaurants that want to have outdoor dining set up. So we've got to make sure that our small businesses and restaurants can get access to city services to make sure they can get their outdoor dining set up and approved and ready to go. So if you know a small business, a restaurant in your neighborhood that you feel like really wants an outdoor dining setup and can benefit from one too, talk to them, let them know, work with your local council member to have them apply and get their outdoor dining setup approved. And the long term, we've got to work together to really come up with a program through legislation that actually helps all the small businesses and restaurants that want to do outdoor dining.
A quick question, I know we're not talking about street vendors in this interview, but just because you have such a wonderful bevy of street vendors in your district, what's one way that council members can also support street vendors?
Well, it's funny you asked that. Perfect timing. We just passed in the New York City Council legislation to protect our immigrant street vendors. Our street vendors are our smallest businesses in New York City. 96% of street vendors are immigrants. But right now, they face the serious consequence of a criminal conviction, jail time, and immigration consequences simply for selling food to support their families. My bill that we passed would end that so that street vendors can no longer be criminally charged and face immigration consequences simply for trying to sell food. The problem is Mayor Eric Adams vetoed my legislation. It passed with over 40 council members in support. It had unanimous support from city agencies, including the NYPD, and Mayor Adams went against his own city agencies, against the will of our city, by vetoing my bill. But we in the city council will always stand up for our immigrant communities. Mayor Adams has picked a fight that he will not win. And so come out, support us in September when we override Mayor Adams' veto to make sure that our street vendors, our immigrant street vendors, are protected in this city.
We'll definitely be there.
All right.
And I won't make you answer on record the original Fuchka card on 73rd.
Ooh.
I'll keep you out of those hot waters.
That's a tough one, but I would just say go to all of them. Eat all of them. They're all amazing. We love Fuchka.
Anything else you want to add before we close out?
I just want to shout out Open Plans for all their great work with working with us and our city council to push for an outdoor dining program that supports our restaurants, that supports our workers, and brings our city to the forefront of global cities around the world. We're behind on this, and I know y'all at Open Plans know that, and you're passionate about this issue, and I'm excited to work with you all to make it happen.
And with that, check please.
Yes.
Yay!
All right.
Good job with these. You had great answers.
Yeah. May or may not have seen them before, but
No,
you know.
they were good. They were good. They were good.